But I always thought little stenographers made little pennies.
Very little.
That's Captain's word. It's an owner's place by the hooky.
Oh, Frank, you are awful not coming back like that. You knew Sylvia was going to see you.
What about you?
Welcome to our channel. Today we explore the extraordinary life of top 10 alcoholic actors, from challenging becoming one of Hollywood's most revered alcoholic actors. Number 10. Ava Mendes. In 2008, Ava Mendes checked herself into rehab for alcohol abuse. She did so openly, and her friends and fans were all shocked. This shows how effectively someone can hide their abuse of substances. It becomes a very lonely world because hiding means you distance yourself from those who could help.
We just did typical family stuff, you know, cake, candles, gifts.
When she got out of rehab, she said she was proud of those willing to get help and face their demons to improve. She has been sober ever since and has 2 children with her long-term partner, Ryan Gosling. Number 9. Oliver Reed. Robert Oliver Reed was an English actor known for his well-to-do, macho image and hellraiser lifestyle. His notable films include The Trap, 1966, playing Bill Sikes in the Best Picture Oscar winner Oliver, 1968, Women in Love, 1969, Hannibal Brooks, 1969, The Devils, 1971, Revolver, 1973, portraying Athos in The Three Musketeers, 1973, and The Four Musketeers, 1974, The Lover, Stepfather in Tommy, 1975.
Sign of the devil!
No! Call me vain and proud, the greatest sinner ever to walk on God's earth.
The Brood, 1979, Lion of the Desert, 1981, Castaway, 1986, The Adventures of Baron Munchausen, 1988, Funny Bones, 1995, and Gladiator, 2000. Oliver Reed, 1938, 1999, was an English actor known for his burly screen presence. Reed exemplified his real-life macho image in tough guy roles. His films include The Trap, Oliver, Women in Love, Hannibal Brooks, The Triple Echo, The Devils, The Three Musketeers, Tommy, Castaway, Lion of the Desert, and Gladiator. Number 8. Jane Lynch. Jane Lynch has gone through a few addictions. She struggled with alcohol, drinking copious amounts of Miller Lite beers. She got sober in 1991 when she realized she was drinking herself into the ground. She then got addicted to cold medicine. She had depression and called NyQuil syrup her happy oblivion. Many people will experience depression and addiction at the same time. The drugs of choice will often be the perceived solution for depression. It actually worsens it over time and makes recovery more challenging. NyQuil is an over-the-counter medication, which means you don't need a prescription. Nobody is monitoring how much you purchase. When taken in large enough quantities, the alcohol contained in NyQuil can cause intoxication.
One of the Virtuoso Awards tonight. Yeah, he really gave himself to this process, and he was brilliant. I thought the movie was brilliant. I thought everybody in it was...
Lynch was concerned she was becoming an alcoholic, so she turned to NyQuil instead. She would eat a gallon of ice cream every day to give her body the sugar it was used to, due to all the beer she used to drink. She would take NyQuil before bed to soothe herself in lieu of beer. She considered herself a recovered alcoholic, not acknowledging that there was alcohol in the NyQuil. Her addiction to cold medicine worsened when she stayed in New York, appearing in the play, The Brady Bunch. She felt miserable during this time, so she would abuse NyQuil to put herself into a deep sleep. Lynch would eventually find help for her substance addiction through Alcoholics Anonymous. She has been sober for quite some time now, and speaks openly about her past addictions in her new book, Happy Accidents. Number 7. John Barrymore. John Barrymore was born John Sidney Blyth on February 15, 1882 in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. An American stage and screen actor whose rise to superstardom and subsequent decline is one of the legendary tragedies of Hollywood. A member of the most famous generation of the most famous theatrical family in America, he was also its most acclaimed. Number 6. Christina Ricci. Christina Ricci has been through some emotional turmoil throughout her career. She had anorexia for a time and struggled with addictions early on.
I don't know. I mean, that's a little bit different because you're not, I don't know what show on TV, and it's scripted, so like weeks.
Ricci started acting at a young age, and most will grow up far too quickly when put in this situation. She battled an eating disorder for about a year and a half. She entered therapy once they realized what was going on with her. The eating disorder and the problem of drinking were quickly dealt with by Ricci, which allowed her to get past each disorder with professional help. Although her disorders existed apart from each other, many women will experience both at the same time. Number 5. Buster Keaton. Joseph Frank Keaton was born on October 4th, 1895 in Piqua, Kansas, to Joe Keaton and Myra Keaton, vaudevillian comedians with a popular ever-changing variety act, which gave their son an eclectic and interesting upbringing. In the earliest days on stage, they traveled with a medicine show that included illusionist Harry Houdini, a family friend. Keaton. Number 4. Robert Newton. Robert Newton was one of the great character actors and great characters of the British cinema, best remembered today for playing Long John Silver in Treasure Island, 1950, and its sequel in 1954. His portrayal of Long John Silver and of Blackbeard, the pirate, 1952, created a persona that was so indelible that his vocal intonations created the paradigm for scores of people who want to talk like a pirate. The performance overshadows Newton's legacy.
Why, you and he could make up your mind like that.
What now?
That he do, sir. I've noticed it afar. It wouldn't surprise me none to hear you say...
Which is based on many first-rate performances in such movies as This Happy Breed, 1944, Odd Man Out, 1947, and Oliver Twist, 1948, where his Bill Sikes is truly chilling. Oliver Reed, who played Sikes in the Oscar-winning movie musical Oliver, 1968, was influenced by Newton. Robert Newton, 1905-1956, was an English stage and film actor. Along with Errol Flynn, Newton was one of the most popular actors among the male juvenile audience of the 1940s and early 1950s. Newton's film career included notable ruffians and villains, mostly comedic ones like Bill Walker and George Bernard Shaw's Major Barbara, 1941, and Long John Silver in Walt Disney's Treasure Island, 1950, but also deadly serious Bill Sikes in David Lean's 1948 film version of Oliver Twist. Number 3. Errol Flynn. Errol Flynn was born to adventurous Morel Young and respected biologist Theodore Flynn. Young Flynn was a rambunctious child who was always sure to find trouble.
But it's lost you your rank, your lands. It's made you a hunted outlaw when you might have lived in comfort and security. What's your reward?
And he managed to get himself ejected from every school in which he was enrolled. In his late teens, he set out to find gold, but instead found only a series of short-lived odd jobs. Number 2. William Holden. Billy Wilder proclaimed William Holden to be the ideal motion picture actor. For almost 4 decades, the handsome, affable Golden Holden was among Hollywood's most durable and engaging stars.
The one that I could possibly identify with more than any other would be Fred Friendly. I worked for him one time, and it was a remarkable and rewarding experience.
He was born William Franklin Beadle Jr., one of 3 sons to a high school English teacher, Mary Blanche Ball, and a chemical and fertilizer analyst, William. Number 1. Colin Farrell. After filming Miami Vice, Colin Farrell, 43, admitted that he didn't want to live due, in large part, to the stress of his drug and alcohol addiction. Rehab, however, helped completely change his life and helped him to mend relationships broken by years of substance abuse.
I think it's also been great for James because it gives him, again, that autonomy. He knows I'm here. We love-ins and cuddles all day long. And
in 2018, the Dumbo actor even went back to a $36,000 per month treatment facility for help managing substance abuse cravings before he might relapse. Today, Farrell hopes the persistent stigma of addiction and asking for help will be eradicated from the recovery conversation.